Breaking news out of Cincinnati, Ohio, as Cincinnati Bearcats men's basketball coach Mick Cronin has left the program in order to take over the head coaching role of the UCLA Bruins men's basketball team. This is Todd Macenko with Purple Quill. News just dropped that Mick Cronin is leaving UC for UCLA. Here we have Michael Bittner, avid UC fan. What are your thoughts?
Who's Mick Cronin?
Funny.
No, but mixed feelings. I'm excited that we're starting new with someone new, but Mick Cronin, he's done a good job. He has installed a great defense. We have done really good in our league lately, but the thing that I was always concerned with was our inability to win in the postseason and make a run in March, becoming a Xavier team, which we don't want to be. Mixed feelings towards him leaving. I'm happy for him that he's going to UCLA, but hopefully they're terrible like the rest of the Pac-12. So let's hope that our new coach, whoever we get, steps up and actually can lead us to some wins in March when it counts.
Are you afraid that any players might leave the program now that Cronin's gone? Or say Samari Curtis, recruit, might decommit?
Whenever you get a new coach, you're always worried about that. But the thing with Mick Cronin was he didn't really recruit true scorers. You know what I'm talking about?
The stars?
Yeah. So hopefully maybe our next coach, whoever we get, has that ability to recruit those guys that are pure scorers while keeping our defense intact. So, but yeah, with Mick Cronin leaving, the people that he did recruit, which not bad recruits, you always have that fear of people transferring. So,
last question: do you have any thoughts on top candidates for yourself that you would like to see in the new position for the Bearcats next year?
Oh boy, anyone but Travis Steele or Chris Mack, because Xavier sucks.
All right, we just heard from star quarterback Michael Bittner. Now we have special guest David Brown, Mick Cronin's cousin. What are your thoughts on Mick Cronin leaving for UCLA?
Well, I can't believe that they didn't step up and pay him money.
UCLA or the Bearcats?
No, UC, because they were in contract negotiations last week. But I don't think they're going to get anyone that's better.
Are you worried that any of their current players or recruits might leave the program?
Yeah, I think Cumberland will declare for the NBA draft. And then Curtis, who knows what he'll do.
Any candidates for head coach you want to see for the Bearcats?
Rick Pitino, but that's not realistic. So probably NKU's coach.
NKU's coach. What's his name?
John Brennan.
Did you have any inside information, being Mick's cousin and go-to guy? Did he hint at this at all, or did you see him leaving the Bearcats?
No, I talked to him like once a year, if that. Twice a year, maybe.
Twice a year?
Once or twice a year.
All right, so that was our info from Mick Cronin's very close cousin, who he talks to maybe once or twice a year. Thank you, David.
No problem.
All right, we are here with Alex Nagel, one of the tallest in the grade, as you can see. Alex, it's known that you have a family member who works for the University of Cincinnati. So, being with the program like you are, what are your thoughts on Mick Cronin?
Overall, I think he's a good coach, but I don't agree with some of his coaching methods. I think it'd be okay for him to leave. But I've also heard the rumors about the new head coach. Have you heard them?
I have not.
No, not Slick Ricky Pitino coming to UC.
That's been a hot name the past couple of interviews.
Yeah.
So
the picture last year of him in Cumberland.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could happen.
So
keep your fingers crossed.
Are you worried that any of our players are going to leave now that Cronin's left?
No, I think most of them will be here to stay. I've heard rumors that Logan Johnson's going to leave too, but I think he'll stay.
So any other candidates besides Pitino, or you just want to go all in?
Probably just all in for Pitino, but maybe Nick Van Exel, we'll see.
So last question, what's your dad's job for the Bearcats baseball team?
He's a director of baseball operations. That's his title.
And would he ever leave for UCLA?
I don't know. I would get to go out to California, so maybe we'll see.
All right, you heard it here first. Mr. Nagel's leaving for UCLA. All right, we're coming up with Mr. Flaherty right now. Let's go see what his thoughts are. Mr. Flaherty is one of the biggest UC fans I know. I talk to him about it all the time. This news probably really affected him, but we'll see. talking with Sabina right now, but we'll get his attention. Going around the school, asking for thoughts about Mick Cronin, and with you being one of the biggest UC fans I know, I wanted to know what your first thoughts are of him leaving for UCLA.
Not sure if I'm happy or sad. Did a good job when he was here, but this is the third time we haven't been good enough for him. So, good riddance.
Are you worried that any of our current players like Cumberland, Logan Johnson, Samari Curtis might not come back?
Worried about the recruits coming in.
Samari Curtis?
Yeah. Yep.
Are you thinking that he might go back to Xavier after he was originally committed there?
I think he might just open up his recruitment and go somewhere else.
Do you have any people you're preferring for candidates right now?
Bring back Andy Kennedy, John Brandon from NKU, and the big possum, Andy Listerman.
And would you ever consider leaving UCLA or leaving Elder for UCLA?
Absolutely not. Never.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, see.
Mr. Durgan?
Hey, I'm ready to take. I've been waiting. All right, come on. They're gonna interview you.
What are your thoughts on the news?
Well, I'm kind of surprised that Coach Cronin is going to go all the way there to Los Angeles for a couple of reasons. I think he was here at home, felt comfortable, family and everything like that, Cincinnati boy. And secondly, since I am an economics teacher, although he's going to be making more with that contract he signed, that cost of living in Los Angeles is tremendous. And I think maybe even in the end, he might actually be taking a pay cut. That being said, he's now the coach of a storied basketball program, UCLA. I don't think along the path of your career you could pass up something like that.
Are you afraid that any of our current players might leave now? Or maybe recruits?
I think that's always a possibility when the coach leaves, that you might have some that might want to go someplace else. But I think there's also an opportunity there. That is, some leave, some stay. Maybe they move up the depth chart, and now they get a better opportunity to potentially play. Plus, depending on who comes in, you're going to have new players coming in. I think it's an exciting time for UC, maybe to move in a different direction from where the last 13 years have gone.
Any candidates you're hoping for the position of head coach?
I'm not really hoping for anybody, but as we just discussed in my American culture and sports class, I think Thad Matta would be a good choice. He's a proven winner. I hate to say at XU, but at Ohio State as well. There is a Nick Van Exel, former player. I think he would create a great deal of excitement coming back to Cincinnati and doing some coaching in that way. So I think it'll play out positively for the Cats.
And you're a season ticket holder, right?
I am, yes.
Are you thinking about renewing that, or are you going to wait and see who they hire?
Well, I'm going to definitely wait to see who they hire.
All right. Good interview. Yeah, we got Brady right here. You're a big UC fan, right?
That's correct.
What are your thoughts?
I'm actually pretty shocked. I thought a couple years ago, I think Mick Cronin was going to stay UC till the day he died, but today, I guess I got a different answer.
Are there any candidates that you're hoping for head coach?
Well, if I'm picking one, I'd say Tino.
Tino?
That's right.
Where are you going to school next year?
I'm actually going to UC.
Are you upset that he's going to be gone now that you got there?
Answers pros and cons. I might not agree with his coaching style, but he had some success, so we'll see what happens.
You've heard the news, haven't you?
I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
You're pumped that the U.S. just had military strikes in Bangladesh?
I spilled water. No, Mick Cronin.
Oh, Mick Cronin news?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Mick Cronin being gone?
This is one of the best days, honestly, in my life. I mean, I couldn't be happier and excited for a change. Pat Kelsey, welcome to Cincinnati.
Do you truly think that he is a candidate for the job?
He is a candidate, but I don't think he's going to get hired. But I released this article first, so check out the Purple Quill.
Oh, yeah. Carmen actually broke the news about Mick Cronin's departure before Mick even knew he was leaving. So that's true reporting right there. You're a big UC fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you worried about Cumberland leaving for the draft now, or maybe Samari Curtis not coming to UC?
I could easily see Cumberland leaving since Mick's gone now, and I could see a Samari Curtis decommit part 2, but hate to see that. So
Any other candidates you're hoping for besides Pat Kelsey?
definitely not Travis Steele, but no, Pat Kelsey's my number 1. So
All right, last question. When you look back over the last 13 years with Mick Cronin, do you see him succeeding in the regular season or him failing in the postseason?
probably as usual, failing. I mean, he's going to have some better players, but he's still Mick Cronin. You need to score more than 65 points to win a March Madness game. So
Virginia scores less than 65 points.
Virginia also has Kyle Guy.
Kyle Guy's a Cincinnati Bengals fan.
Kyle Guy should have went to UC.
UC didn't even offer Kyle Guy.
You know why?
No, I don't.
Because Mick Cronin was the coach.
Mic drop. That was a cool dance. All right, I'm here with Jake Macenko now, my cousin, cross player, entrepreneur, Jake Macenko, lawn care. All right, what are your thoughts on Mick Cronin leaving? I know you're a big Mick Cronin fan.
Personally, it's pretty disappointing. You know, I loved him. He was a little angry elf on the sideline, really gave the team some really, questionable play calls. But, overall, I think he was a great guy. You can say what you want about him, but he took the team to multiple NCAA appearances. Although he didn't get out of the first round, that's more than most coaches can say. Along with that, in his last 2 seasons, he's actually had over 20 wins, which is actually really high in the NCAA. So, I hate to see him go, but, he almost left for a better job, so, can't complain.
Are you worried that star player Jaron Cumberland might leave or recruit Samari Curtis now that Cronin's gone?
I don't think Cumberland will leave. I think he's, a really team-oriented guy. I think he'll stay with the team, but Samari Curtis is a big worry. I can definitely see him either following Cronin or just going somewhere else altogether because of Cronin leaving.
Are there any candidates you're hoping that UC goes after for a head coach?
Rick Pitino.
We've heard that name a lot so far, so I think that's a very big possibility. You're going to UC next year, correct?
Yes.
Does Mick Cronin leaving change your mind at all about going to UC?
No.
So you will be attending UC next year?
Yes.
Okay, Jake will be attending UC. All right, that was the last question. We are done, and that wraps up all of my interviews about Mick Cronin leaving for UCLA. Personally, being an employee at UC, I'm sad to see him go, but I understand the coaching carousel, and I'm glad for him that he found a job working for such a historic program. I'm out.